Hi, so in our part 2 video we had seen that we are using this user controller and we are trying to hit this two endpoint. This first one is high get high, another one is like get users with this respective endpoint, and we were seeing the result in our Swagger here. So now what I am planning to do, I am trying to hit this controller. After hitting by Swagger, I am trying to consume this controller in our Angular UI, so that once I can see whatever response is there in Swagger UI here, same response I want to render in Angular page. So for that I have created one like first web API project UI, any name we can give, and there what I have done, I have created one service. So what this service will do, it will go and hit this URL. It will be same like this port number will be same. We need to mention whatever we are getting while hitting with Swagger, and we need to give this API, and like later we can like modify like whatever endpoint we are going to hit, we can modify it. For example, there we were trying to hit this get user, right? So this is the kind of our this URL with our thing. um, like here the user dot high same endpoint mentioned here. This will concate the existing URL plus whatever URL endpoint we need to write. Okay, so for this I have written this services, and before that I'm using like Angular version 21 and our node version is like 24.12. Yeah, so here I have created one service like user service. We can create we can give any name. So I have created user service. What it is doing, it is hitting that particular endpoint and giving us respective like result where we are displaying for displaying purpose and all. What I have written, I have added one component with user component. So this is my user component. Here what I am doing, I'm simply observing on the DTO, converting to a DTO interface, like whatever I had explained here, like whatever output we are getting from here, it should match correct. Like here we are displaying name age. So similarly, in case of Angular, we need to write this one. So yes, so this user DTO I have defined in our service class itself. Even what we can do, we can write this in separate TS file, but for now I have written in like same service itself. Okay, so this is our basically component where we are trying to hit that user service with that particular method, like get user or get greetings. So what it will do, once our code will load and we will hit that user endpoint, what it will do, it will go to this respective like service, and service what it will do, service will go in backend and try to fetch the record by hitting that endpoint, that .NET Core endpoint. Yeah, so for that I have even defined the route part here. Like if we will be not specifying any routing part, then it will hit to our home control like home component. I have added one home component and there nothing is there, simply I have written like by default it is homeworks. And for users we can see what I am trying to do, the default one also like user works, and also the greetings part I am displaying, and in the same HTML page I am trying to display the user details. So we need to take care regarding this routing part, like how we have defined. For example, if I will try to hit this users, then it will go and whatever data will be there in user component, that component will hit to service and it will display that data as per our user HTML. So let's run this. It is running while we will go one more time with services. Yes. Here we should enter the URL which is like returning or getting executed while we are executing our API. So if we'll go here, we can verify it. See here, we are getting 7177. That same URL I have given here 7177, and this API is nothing but we have defined in our controller part. and this one API, and that controller name, this is the users, that same name you can see here, that attribute till API is here, and after that we are having users, and that get users is the endpoint which we have defined in our controller, like this one, this HTTP verb get users. And next one is like we are trying to hit with hi, like hi, and for that we are returning response in the text in a JSON file. So now our like Angular page is render at this URL. So let me open that. It is taking a little time to load. Yeah, here we can see we have home, that is nothing but here in router part we had defined that with if you will not provide any like path here, then it will render this home controller. In home.html we are having this homeworks. Now if we want to return this users, so for user what we have defined here, we can see here, suppose we will, then ideally that user list and that greeting should appear. So slash users, if we'll give, we are respecting that greetings. Yeah, this is that greetings, and that list of user which we are fetching from like our backend from our .NET Core. Yeah, yeah, here that first part is that user works, and second part whatever we are getting it from our backend, and that list of user. For simplicity, I am just like displaying everything in this user HTML itself. Yes, I think, yeah, that's all for today. Thank you.